Not that strictly speaking in the laws of the game matters.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore. But one added minute. Here's Olsen. Rhodes, Lawrence. Teed up, Jordan Rhodes! Well, he had the space to take aim, lock on target, but he couldn't succeed.
Yes, I'm not sure his first touch gets the ball out of his feet where he wants. That's why he has to have a second one. There, first touch, gets it eventually onto the right foot and opts for power, straight down the middle. Just wants to smash it into the back of the net. Rises too much for him. What a chance.
Well, frustration for Jordan Rhodes at the end. Joey Barton was frustrated at what he saw as a penalty not given when he was involved in a tangle with Grant Hanley, whose unwise reaction moments after, while the officials' backs were turned, should by the letter of the law brought a penalty anyway. The referee has needed to have eyes in the back of his head. There has been plenty going on, but as yet, no goals. Blackburn Rovers 0, Burnley 0.
And once again, Blackburn demonstrating why they are so difficult to break down here at Ewood Park. Well over 8 hours now since they last conceded here in the league. We'll hear from Paul Robinson and Ian Holloway when we come back. January 1914, the last time we had a 0-0 draw here at Ewood Park. We'll surely get goals. We've got 2 big talking points to discuss, though, at half-time.
Do you really think that things just work out for the best, that true love conquers all? What happens when we have to face the real world?
The all-new Ford S-Max with intelligent all-wheel drive to help you go further.
Betway. It's the way you can bet here and be right there. It's the way you see the latest odds. And with one touch, call it. It's the way you get insider tips and a whole new perspective on the in-play action. With a free bet up to £30. Bring the game to life. Betway.com.
Must you catch this train?
I simply can't afford the car insurance.
Go compare. I don't be distressed. You'll be impressed when you get there. For the sweetest deals to insure your wheels. Nothing quite compares to Go Compare. No point in waiting. Stop hesitating. Nothing quite compares to Go Compare.
Who knows? One of these kids just might be the one to clean the oceans, start a movement, or lead a country. It may not be obvious yet, but one of these kids is going to change the world. We just need to make sure she has what she needs. Welcome to Windows 10. The future starts now for all of us.
If you do any of these, all you need is one of these, your local Screwfix. There are thousands of products in stock at low trade prices. Like this DeWalt 18-volt lithium-ion combi drill with 2 1.3 amp-hour batteries, only $99.99. And these steel toe-cap DeWalt bolster safety boots, only $39.99. So when you need to get the job done, you need Screwfix.
HSBC with Apple Pay.
Walkers are bringing back some of Britain's old favourites. Not them. Classics like my favourites, beef and onion. Yours might be cheese and chive, or barbecue. I said, not you. Lamb and mint or toasted cheese. Vote for your favourite flavour, and we'll bring it back. Grab a pack, vote, and you could win £100,000.
Sport. It's just made-up games with made-up rules. So why does it make us cry? Help us make friends with people we've never met. It's something we can be part of together. That's why we hang out in pubs and living rooms and news feeds, telling stories of games we saw to people who saw the exact same games. Because they're the ones who helped us realise it's more than just sport. It's a way for us to be together.
A lot of people laughed when they found out what I was up to. It's certainly a female-dominated field, but I felt that the pluses outweighed the minuses. The outfit can chafe a bit. Some people do call me naive, but I get to work in a great team. And the fact is I'll get a front row seat at every Tornadoes home game. Who's laughing now?
He's got options all over the field.
Bubbling nicely, but no goals so far in the East Lancashire derby between Blackburn and Burnley here at Ewood Park. Paul Robinson, Ian Holloway alongside me. Gentlemen, let's get straight to it then. The big talking points of the first half, the two penalty shouts that both sides had. Let's first of all talk about the Burnley one down this end. Grant Hanley on Joey Barton. Well, what was your take on it, penalty or not?
Initially, I thought straight away a penalty, and the more I look at it, I think it is. I think Grant's he's lucky because he's clumsy rather than a challenge. I think as he's running, he's stuck his right knee into the back of Joey's calf, and Joey's got no option but to go down. It's a clumsy challenge, and for me, it's a penalty.
He's travelled a great view, Ian. Element of doubt as well for you?
Yeah.
Why he perhaps doesn't give it?
I can see why Strowley hasn't given it. I think the second one was worse.
But the ball's in play, isn't it?
Yeah, he's in play. He's caught his leg there, but I think Olsen being there, you know, I don't think Joey was going to get it, and I think the referees stayed calm in a derby situation. Now, Grant Hanley's a little bit out of order here. I think this is to wind Joey up here. He's deliberately, he has a look at the referee.
He's constantly looking at the referee.
He's looking at the referee, and he's going to go across him now. He's deliberately going to trip him up.
Because that gets seen,
if that
then we
gets
do get a
seen,
penalty.
They might get one, yeah.
It's got no option. It's in the box. The ball's in place, so the referee would have to give a penalty if he's seen it.
Paul and I don't agree. Obviously, that's his Blackburn movers.
Well, let's talk about this one. This is Joey Barton on Tom Lawrence this time. Penalty and not on this one.
For me, that's not a penalty because as he's tried to run, he's hooked his own leg around Joey's leg, and Barton's not made a tackle. He's not made an attempt to tackle. So for me, that'd be very harsh if that was given. Ian?
I think they're both the same. An entanglement of legs. No one was kicked. Well done, ref. Get on with it. We would have liked a goal, wouldn't we? Because you know, to be fair, it was lots of huff and puff and really nothing happened. You know, only Jordan Rhodes who floats and drifts. Like we said before the game, he's got himself 3 chances out of nothing, really.
Well, let's have a look at Jordan Rhodes because he had a really, I don't think it was really a chance in the 10th minute, but it underlined what you were talking about into the game, improvisation, creating something out of nothing.
It's how early he anticipates the cross. He's moving behind the defender, then he keeps his eye on the cross and drifts in front of him. And it's the old classic, I'll do one run for the defender and then one for myself. So I'll take him where I don't want him to go and then I'm going to go somewhere else. You know, it's fantastic movement.
You know him well, he's such a humble guy. Does he beat himself up when he misses chances, particularly the second one? I mean, they're still difficult chances, but how does he view them? Does he just forget them and move on?
No, that won't bother him at all. He'll be out in the second half trying to get his goal. With the third chance he had there, I'm very surprised that he struck it because he normally just side foots it, caresses it into the corner. But it won't bother him, it won't affect him. He'll be coming out looking for goals in the second half.
38th minute, Scott Arfield has a chance down this end for Burnley. It's been few and far between in terms of Burnley chances. We mentioned Jason Steele in the build-up. Anticipates this one well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'll echo what Don said in commentary. I mean, it doesn't look a great save, but it's a good 2 solid hands, and he pushes it into an area. the ball's moved so much, and you coach these days to push the ball and to get the power, generate the power that he's generated onto the ball and push it into an area that's away from his goal. It's a good save.
So far, in terms of action, in terms of goals, Ian, we'll hear more from you later. Hold your horses. It is brewing nicely, but so far, it'd be fair to say, this East Lancashire derby is yet to really catch fire. But it's a game with a lot riding on it for both, and in particular, Burnley win here, they go seconds.
And it's all square at the break.
Type R. Clear to proceed. Jensen, go. 3, 2, 1. Dare to do the things others only dream of.
Get set for new Argos Fast Track Delivery. Now online and we'll deliver it the very same day, even Sunday, for only £3.95. Go Argos.
You know that thing you do every day in, day out? Well, just stop. Start repairing with new Colgate Total Daily Repair. You can help reverse signs of early damage to your teeth and gums just by changing your toothpaste. Now brushing means repairing. New Colgate Total Daily Repair for a healthier mouth. Day in, day out.
Hey boys, so how can I help?
Well, I'm playing a new sport. It's called walking football. It's played by people 50 years plus. There's no running. What we'd like to do is raise the profile of the sport.
Well, I definitely think there's some digital skills to be able to help you and the guys out. We'll help you set up a Facebook page, post a video. You can even pay your subs online.
As people get older, they get isolated. They need to get in touch with their mates, get active, and it does you good.
To improve your online skills, talk to a digital eagle. And for the chance to win Barclays Premier League tickets, search Barclays Spirit of the Game.
Should we get a takeaway from Just Eat tonight?
Oh, yeah.
What do you feel like? Thai, Chinese, Indian?
I need a boaty. I'm holding on for a boaty line chicken tonight. It's gotta be hot and it's gotta be fresh and it's gotta have mushroom fried rice. Mushroom fried rice.
One Balti lamb tikka then?
Yeah, but don't forget the mushroom fried rice.
Just Eat. Tap the app and get that mini fist pump feeling.
Share your resources. Discover your friends. Game of War. Download for free from the App Store.
In my life, I had to choose between two teams. One had all the power. They told me what to do, who to be. But in my time of need, they were gone. The other, they gave me strength. They carried me forward. Together, we showed the world who I could be.
WWE Hell in a Cell. Live Sunday midnight Sky Sports HD box office.
Britain wins. Australia, China, Bahrain, Montreal, Silverstone, Spa, Monza. The Japanese, the Russian Grand Prix.
Lewis has got one hand on the trophy.
Hamilton takes another giant step towards a third world championship.
He'd love to win it in America. Will Lewis join Jackie Stewart as a three-time world champion?
This is the best position I've ever been in my career.
The United States Grand Prix. Coverage sponsored by FairFX. Live only on Sky Sports F1.
They're really piling on the pressure here.
Quite a weekend of live Premier League action on the way, beginning with the Saturday night football. It's high-flying Arsenal against Everton, 5 o'clock, Sky Sports 1. And then it really is a super Sunday, starting off with a weird time derby, Sunderland Newcastle, 11:30, Sky Sports 1. Same channel for all of these. It's followed by the United against City, the Manchester derby, the 170th between these two from 2. And then at 4, Jurgen Klopp's third game in charge of Liverpool. They take on Southampton at Anfield. But here, at Ewood Park in the East Lancashire derby, it's all square at half-time. Ian Holloway, Paul Robinson alongside me. You can I'm assuming it's a son and father, but you can kind of imagine the conversation last night.
Don't do it. What are you doing? Just wear your normal hoodie, will you? Please.
You notice how he's ducked down in his chair since he's got... No, I don't want to be seen with this. But this is how you do it, gentlemen. If you're going to dress up as a chicken, you might have done the Blackburn. But look! It's a familiar-looking face.
Steve Bruce look-alike.
Steve Bruce's Hull in action against Birmingham City later today. But so far, gentlemen, no one's blinked. Just very briefly, Paul, who's going to blink first and what you've seen?
It's going to be a very, very tight game. I think whoever gets the first goal could go on to win it, but I think the first goal really opens the game up. I can see the home side getting it and it ending in a draw.
Right, here are Don Goodman and Daniel Mann once again.
Yes, thank you, Simon. On the chickens, if you're going to do it properly. It's a long way down that M6, isn't it, for Mr. Bruce today? Get there for kick-off. Anyway, moving swiftly on. The second half underway, and it's Scott Arfield in possession for Burnley. Towards Gray. Grant Hanley getting there first. Ben Mee, hoping for a derby double this weekend with his former club City up against United. And Gordon Rhodes saw enough to make the challenge. And Michael Duff not about to open the door or roll out the red carpet indeed for Tom Lawrence there. Conway starting his second period on the left-hand side, which has been his usual brief this season. And getting away from Deriqua. In comes Delfonso, and he couldn't grow enough.
Ran underneath it, though. Had time to assess the flight of that ball, Nathan Delfonso, but misjudges it. Unfortunate, would have given him an opportunity.
Well, Craig Conway certainly enjoying himself there in his first major duel with Deriqua. Really won that one pretty emphatically, and you can see from that why he does create so many opportunities. Rhodes out to Conway again. Olsen flying up outside it. It's Conway.
Bad decision on that occasion, but heavily involved before. Given a half chance to Nathan Delfonso, but you see he's on the far post. Got to really perhaps hang himself out a little bit, but he goes in a bit early and ends up underneath the ball. It's a shame for a Blackburn perspective because Conway does really, really well there.
Duffy making that his. Vokes, nicely done. Can't get away from the pair Evans and Akpan. Quite a midfield duel. Keane, has he got enough legs on that? Lawrence will ask the question.
He didn't panic, did he? Tom Heaton, man of experience, he knew there was enough on the ball to allow it to roll into the area.
Tom Lawrence doing really well. On loan from Leicester City. They'd like to extend that in January to the end of the season. Barton.
Measured for Gray. Duffy able to swipe it away. Duff. Gray. Sprightly turn, but had he come back from an offside position? That's the official's verdict.
They want to try and get more involved in this second half, won't they? Andre Gray was on the periphery really a little bit in the first half. No real goal-scoring opportunities coming his way.
So far justified the big investment with 4 goals in 7 games. The headline figure of 9 million, a bit greater than the initial outlay, that's for sure. A good bit greater. Luton in the money to the tune of over £1 million as a result of his move. Red is bow in league football. Derikwa. Barton. Now me. Arfield. She's got away from Marshall here. Arfield.
And that was my initial worry for Blackburn when I saw that Ben Marshall was going to be playing as a fullback. Scott Arfield throws him a little dummy there, sends him inside, and then he's away from him for a second. It's just on his weaker left foot and he can't hit the target.
Well, the one advantage that Ben Marshall gives you is what he can produce in the attacking third. That's an area where they feel Adam Henley has a bit more work to do.
That's a fair assessment. We already saw many examples of Ben Marshall's quality and ability on the ball and the composure.
And he coming down heavily. Blackburn. Pressure from Barton.
Yeah, it's good play from Joey Barton, because he doesn't lunge in, he doesn't lay a hand on Ho Pak Pan, give him an easy out of going to ground and getting a free kick.
Both spent some of their formative footballing years at Everton, Ho Pak Pan and Joey Barton. Pan hung around a little longer than Joey Barton did, actually did play for the first team. Against Bate Borisov. Given against Starfield. Here is Marshall. Rhodes is after this. Oh! Well, that could almost have been a really fateful decision, but...
Gamble by Michael Duff. Got away with it.
Olsen was caught by Boyd. Refereeing an intense encounter with a smile on his face. Good to see. Dealt with by David Jones in there. Conway getting it all wrong, second time of asking.
Well, he was trying something, second time of asking, that is unbelievably difficult, running at pace onto a bouncing, bobbling ball and trying to shoot. Very difficult. Well, I think what we've seen is we've seen two very well organised, hard-working, hard-to-break down teams. Burnley only conceded 12 goals in their 12 games so far. Blackburn only one more, 13. It's at the other end of the pitch where Blackburn have scored, they've struggled, which seems a strange thing to say, doesn't it, considering they've got Jordan Rhodes out there.
Ben Mee. Keane. Pressure threatened to pay there for Blackburn, but some composed work in the end from Michael Duff, and here's Andre Gray.
That was a heads-in-hand moment, isn't it? He's tried to whip the ball in with an enormous amount of pace, just the way that he would like to receive a cross, and gets it horribly wrong.
Not Andre Gray's finest hour, but he's made such a positive impression. Jordan Rhodes hoping to get in front of Keane. Delfonso did. Mee. Pressure from Lawrence. United against ex-Manchester City. They're a mini derby all of itself. Here's Lawrence again. Olsen. Conway. Olsen again. Got the shirt back from Tommy Spur, who had a little run earlier in the season. Arfield. Delfonso doing well. Evans. Now it's Lawrence. Only Rhodes up with him at the moment, but it's not a bad option to have. Lawrence gets it back! Oh, and he's fluffed his lines. Best chance of the game by a country mile.
Well, they've been patient, they've prompted, they've probed, and they've been waiting for this moment. Great work from Delfonso, and then Lawrence gives the ball to Rhodes. You think Rhodes might go on his own, but he's aware of the space and that Lawrence is running on, and he plays a fantastic ball back to Tom Lawrence. He doesn't have to break stride, but he tries to break the back of the net, and that's the problem, that's the error. Goes for power, bit of guile, bit of subtlety, and a composure, and his team would find themselves ahead. What a chance.
Definition of a golden opportunity it was for Tom Lawrence. Well worked. How big a regret will it prove to be?
Well, we will see. We will see. Could be a huge moment in this game.
David Jones over the ball. Mee loitering. Duff there. Arfield. Not immediately made to pay from that set piece. The first real golden opportunity carved out in open play in this game.
Yeah, we've seen Jordan Rhodes have a couple of decent opportunities in the first half, but that was the chance of the match so far, no question.
Delfonso losing out. This is Ben Marshall. Duffy. Jones. Duffy there again. But Barton won it back. Can Vokes get there first? Derrickwa. Up to Arfield. Confident touch. Arfield again. Gray. He's got the better of Hanley, but not the better of Olsen.
Should have gone wide. Derrickwa was free. Ball didn't come, and now his team are open to the counter.
And it's Conway leading that charge.
Took a heavy collision with an advertising hoard in there. Long bursting run.
Directly. Well, the shouting match has got as much venom and competitive thrust about it as anything at the moment.
You can certainly feel the difference between this game against Burnley and against the one Manchester Derby against Bolton. We were here just a few short weeks ago and it was nothing like this. The atmosphere really highlighting which game means the most.
Here's Marshall. Dancing away from Boyd. Not away from me. Strike by Corey Evans.
Again, good refereeing from Keith Stroud. He could have easily blown up for a foul on Ben Marshall. Saw that the ball was going to arrive at Corey Evans' feet and he was going to have a chance to shoot and allowed play to go on. It's great refereeing and that is not too far wide, although you have to say if this is on target, Tom Heaton just about got that covered.
Corey Evans, another player who Gary Bowyer feels is due a goal. He hasn't knocked since January, but a few injury issues. Indeed, he missed out on the second of Northern Ireland's qualifiers during the international break because of a slight toe problem. And Michael O'Neill was keen to play him in that match to reward his efforts in the campaign, which have been prodigious, even out of his preferred position at times. Akpan, Barton. Up now towards Gray. Hour on the clock, no breakthrough yet.
Oh dear, dear, dear.
But a set-piece opportunity here, and Hanley deemed the guilty party.
Well, the assistant referee gives the decision, not the referee, and you will see from these pictures, clearly gets the ball there. In the unobstructed view, it's not a free kick for me. This will be controversial if anything comes of this.
Shane Duffy's certainly communicating well where he wants the line to be. That's all going on as usual. It's Jones' ball in. Jason Steele in charge.
Excellent goalkeeping. He's done everything that's been asked of him with distinction. Jason Steele.
He's by no means a veteran for a goalkeeper. He's in his mid-20s.
He's a baby for a goalkeeper, isn't he? But he's played the games under the belt. Certainly helps.
Marshall. Awkward for Keane. Jordan Rhodes may make it more than that. Rhodes! Well, it just hasn't happened for Jordan Rhodes yet.
Well, I think yet is the operative word, because if he does keep getting chances, I can guarantee he will score. This is brilliant. He turns Michael Keane inside, and the only unfortunate thing for Jordan Rhodes is that it's on his weaker left foot. You fancy if this is on his right, he'll bend that in the corner, but he pulls his shot into Tom Heaton. Grateful Tom Heaton.
Well, he's had it in for Burnley in his time. 3 goals in 4 derbies. 4 goals in 6 games against them in his career. Tom Heaton not overly troubled by that effort. And they're certainly asking some more questions in this second period.
Yeah, they need to take advantage of one of these chances, though, otherwise it may come back to haunt them.
Jones towards the head of Vokes. Corey Evans. Oh, back into trouble. It's Ben Mee. Off-field! Claret joy at Ewood Park. Well, the noise, the sights tell you what it means. Jubilation for Burnley. Scott Arfield firing it through the crowd. And a breakthrough for the favourites in this East Lancashire derby.
Well, you wondered, was it going to be a mistake? Was it going to be a piece of brilliance? Well, the truth is, it's a little bit of both. Because there's a real poor defensive clearance in this. There's confusion in the Blackburn defence, and it's Corey Evans there, heads it back into a dangerous area. May think he's got away with it when Ben Mee swings and misses, but Ben Mee has got the presence of mind to roll the ball back to Scott Arfield, and the rest is wonderful. It's a thing of beauty. It's accomplished, it's composed, and it's broke the deadlock for Burnley.
Well, he's picked his time and picked his moment to score his first goal of the season. And now that Tom Lawrence chance looms large in Blackburn minds.
And that turns on the Jordan Rhodes opportunities.
Whoa, but Akpan's up there.
And there's another one. And that has been the problem for Blackburn Rovers. They're not a prolific goal-scoring team, and yet statistic tells you that they do have plenty of attempts at goal. Once he gets above the defender there, yard either side, and that's a whole different outcome. Well, Burnley have got this game right where they want it now. Blackburn will probably have to start taking more and more risks, throwing more bodies forward, and that may expose them to an Andre Gray Burnley counter-attack.
Ben Marshall. Lawrence. The Rickwell got a foot in. Arfield, the goal scorer.
I wonder what's going through Gary Bowyer mind. His team have been more than the equal of Burnley. There's no question. It's been a hard-luck story nearly all season, hasn't it? I've got a feel for him.
Well, we did the game at Fulham, didn't we, where we had an effort that clearly crossed the goal line. I say clearly after replays. In real time, the officials had an almighty job to spot it. But you could certainly understand his sense of grievance. And a few other decisions haven't gone his way.
Yeah. There was the goal here against Wolves. There was a goal against Hull. Yeah, goals that, in all honesty, should have been chalked off. But it's fine lines. And at the moment, Blackburn Rovers, they just fall on the wrong side of those fine lines.
Marshall's free kick. Duffy to rise, but beaten to it. That's Evans. Conway now. Evans. Lawrence. Setting his sights.
Ambitious, very, very long way out, but maybe that's a man who feels he needs to atone for an earlier miss.
Jones. Barton. Vokes. On now for Derrickwa. Good competition from Matthew Lowton on the bench for that right-back position. George Boyd.
Burnley now have an opportunity every time the ball goes dead in their favour, just to take the time, just to let that clock run down. For them, it's about game management, such an important part of football, and you get your noses in front. And his team, 6 times previously this season, they've won all 6.
Hanley won that battle. That was Rhodes. Barry Conway. Duff. Arfield. Well, he's anticipating a runner.
Absolute piece of brilliance, and a goal that you'll remember a while. absolute perfection. It's calm, it's controlled, it's precision personified, isn't it? Look at that. Jason Steele can't get anywhere near it, it's that good. And it gives Burnley a lead, which they've got 25 minutes to hang on to.
Another season of many goals so far, but a season of memorable goals in pre-season. Good for a Celtic fan, notching a winner at Ibrox, and now a goal here. Delfonso's under this, but so is me. Ben Marshall. Any loose touch, and Josh Boyd was put him under real pressure. Evans, the boot on the other foot in these fixtures these days. Burnley unbeaten in 4 derby matches against Blackburn. Marshall. Hanley's moving up there. Lawrence was arriving, but Michael Keane able to get it away.
Well, they'll keep coming, Blackburn. You know, they haven't done a lot wrong. Look at that, twice as many attempts at goal, and in all honesty, the better opportunities, the real good chances in this game have come Blackburn Rovers' way, but as is often the case, you don't take them, you can get punished for it.
Conway. Let's be honest, they made the only real clear-cut chances.
Yes, they have.
Delfonso having to get there. Heaton is in control.
I mean, even the goal, it's only a half chance, isn't it, at best? That's the harsh reality of what Blackburn Rovers are up against in this championship.
So happy you might lay an egg in a moment. Well, the ball doesn't tend to come back quickly when it's Burnley who are in need of it.
The Blackburn fans are getting it back as quickly as they can.
Olsen. Evans. Akpan. Delfonso. Arfield able to get on the end of that. Able to get beyond Olsen.
Able to win his team a throw in, and again, they can just take their time a little bit.
David Jones. And a play off Olsen. Burnley exactly the position they want to be in at the moment.
Well, Blackburn Rovers have scored a third of their goals this season in the last 15 minutes of games, so there's no need to panic just yet. What they will give for another one now.
There are some fairly heavy-duty statistics about the history of this game which may come into play as well a little later.
You do think that they will get at least one good goal-scoring opportunity in what remains of this game. I think by law of averages, and you have to look at the good chances they've had so far.
Lawrence. Delfonso, me across.
So far, Burnley have really defended the set pieces very, very well against Blackburn.
Shane Duffy has not been quite as ubiquitous a presence today, but he's making his move forward. Michael Keane has kept an eye on him for most of the day. There they are. Conway's ball, where's that going to drop? Twisting and turning, and Hanley. That's a foul by Rhodes.
I think it hit a Blackburn player, didn't it? That just sums it up, if that is the case. Good ball in again. Duffy attacks it, goes over his head. Lands at Grant Hanley, and as this is struck, it hits Nathan Delfonso, and doesn't that just sum it up for Blackburn Rovers?
Delfonso doing his old club a favour. A little loan spell. Well, our Saturday night football comes from the Premier League, and Arsenal with a chance to rise to the summit against Everton. 5 o'clock, Sky Sports 1. Lawrence just kept it in, but couldn't keep hold. Keane, Arfield. Wide open spaces for Derrickwa. It's a little brighter because the floodlights have come on. Boyd. Marshall. Now to Conway. Olsen. Conway. 4 in the area here for Blackburn. One of them was Lawrence, looked off there. Jones. Folks.
Good composure from Burnley.
They haven't looked especially ruffled since taking the lead.
No, they've managed it really well, haven't they? In fact, Blackburn Rovers haven't had a shot at goal, I don't think, since Burnley took the lead.
A memorable moment, one to cherish for Scott Arfield.
There was a mistake from Corey Evans that led to the shooting opportunity, and he took full advantage, and look what it means to those Burnley supporters.
And if you doubt whether the players feel it, you've had an emphatic answer there.
Absolutely.
Blackburn, as you mentioned, often have something up their sleeve late on.
Well, I wonder, Gary Bowyer's got a few decisions to make now. I wonder whether there's a way that he can get Ben Marshall further up the pitch, because I do feel that he's got the quality, perhaps, to do something in that final third for Blackburn.
Into his defensive mindset at the moment as Vokes tries to get hold of it. It will go Burnley's way. Chris Taylor getting ready. He's had a long time out through injury, came back against Derby in midweek, playing just off the front. Starting 2 games in a week at his stage of recovery was always going to be a big ask. Groin troubles that have plagued him since the springtime. Here's Marshall. Conway. In it goes. Rhodes hoping to get there. Keane does. Barton urging calm, and he'll deal with it.
He's been outstanding for me, Joey Barton. He really has. It probably took him 20 minutes to settle into this game, but from there on, he has been magnificent. He really illustrated why Sean Dyche wanted to get him to the football club.
Football intelligence and experience could be a vital commodity for Burnley this season. Lawrence. Chances like the one he passed up are a priceless commodity as well. Delfonso is the man who's going to be replaced here. Chris Taylor. He's clearly a harsh critic of himself because his post-match quotes suggested he was a little disappointed with his display in midweek. His manager, though, was absolutely delighted with him. I suppose there's no bad thing if you're always looking for a way to improve.
Absolutely.
But he's going to slot into that position, Taylor, in which he was deployed in midweek, just off Jordan Rhodes. Tom Lawrence coming to the flank. That's where Lawrence has played, I was going to say the majority, but about an equal share of his football here. Marshall. Akpan. On now for Olsen. And that might run for Taylor. Cannoned off Jones and Michael Keane having to get it away. Gray with the battle on there with Hanley.
Yeah, good defending. Strong defending.
He's come up against some tough old customers this season. He was up against Lewandowski the other week.
Different kind of toughness, that.
It's a whole new level of toughness.
Isn't it just?
That's Duff. Stayed in. Taylor. And Marshall's free. Here he is. Chance maybe to use his considerable qualities. Inside he comes. Akpan. Oh, Barton there again.
Not for the first time. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Now Conway. Up against Starfield. And Derikwa. Vokes.
He's working hard for his team, Andre Gray. He's not getting anything to get his teeth into. But he is occupying the Blackburn central defenders, and that's really important for Sean Dyche and Burnley, that he does that for the final 10 minutes or so.
Vokes helping at times to thicken up that midfield, which you'll need to continue to do. Corey Evans. Taylor. Marshall. Full-back, a bit of a misnomer at the moment for him because he'll want to spend as much time as possible deep in that Burnley half.
And Blackburn need him to.
Conway. Might unleash one here. Oh, and he's so unfortunate. A real rasper.
Oh, how unlucky can you get?
Well, that has really fueled the Blackburn fans with encouragement.
It's another nearly moment, isn't it? There are too many of them. Too many of them. So unlucky.
Here's Lawrence. Conway. Olsen's an option. Just showed a little too much maybe there to Derikwa. But despite what the Burnley supporters think, Blackburn got the decision. Conway. Way by Keane. It's almost headed every ball that's come in there in the last 15 minutes or so. Marshall. Taylor. Rhodes coming near, me stopping the cross.
Yeah, very, very impressive defending from Burnley, and not just by the back four and the goalkeeper either. Midfielders offering cover.
Well, they really have been resolute. Terrific display since they scored that oh-so-priceless and oh-so-stylishly taken goal. Up towards Duffy, who got on the end of something at last. Now Conway. David Jones away this time.
And again, the midfielders, they really have helped out the back four. And that's brilliant from Andre Gray. He's not getting anything really reward-wise, goal-scoring-wise or whatever, but it's a wonderful effort. Takes the pressure off. I guess you wonder whether it is going to be Blackburn's day. Time after time, there's misfortune on their side. I mean, that is a brilliant effort. Beats Tom Heaton. All ends up. And it crashes off the crossbar and out to safety.
Taylor not for giving this up. Heaton. Folks, Gray, this could be useful. Steele's on his way.
Once again, unselfish work from Andre Gray. Knew he wasn't getting it, could have given it up. The fact that he chased it has forced Jason Steele to kick the ball out of touch. And that's a painful sight.
Homer's not happy either.
Chris Long. Number 7, Andre Gray.
Andre Gray, who's knocked himself a bit in this second period. Going to depart. Chris Long, up and coming. He proved he's got a goal in him at this level at Brentford last season, making an entrance.
And fans showing their appreciation for Andre Gray. It's not been a goal-scoring afternoon for him, but lots of hard work and toil.
These sort of days will get him as much praise from his teammates as anything else, won't they? Folks beaten to it by Hanley. Taylor. Duffy. Marshall, they got away from Boyd. Lawrence coming in the way to allow him to make that foray down the flank, and a free kick conceded by David Jones.
Lucky not to see a yellow card for that very, very cynical challenge. Kept his cards in his pocket this afternoon. In a derby game, he's done really well, Keith Stroud.
Oh, and it dropped for Duffy!
Well, he had more time than he realised once it drops. A great ball in. He misses his first header, but then he has a rush of blood. And he hurries and rushes the shot. He's leaning back, and that's the end result.
He makes his presence felt in those situations, but maybe right at the end there we saw the defender in him.
It's fair to say.
Well, day maybe of hard luck stories again, although I'm sure those Claret persuasion will point to a potential first half penalty. I said potential, Don.
Well, I think if Keith Stroud gives the first one, I've got no doubt he would give the second one, because they're almost identical incidents, and he's been consistent, the referee, in his decision-making and in keeping his cards in his pocket, and he's let the game flow. We've had a spectacle.
Man of the match award, maybe.
Nearly.
Here's Olsen. Corey Evans. Akpan. Now Marshall. Oh, and Corey Evans coming in.
It's fair to say it's not his strong suit, is it? Getting on the end of crosses. I think Shane Duffy now is going to go up front. The Blackburn Rovers, he might as well roll the dice finally, Gary Bowyer, and he will try and be an outlet for his team. There's no point in trying to be subtle now at this stage of proceedings.
Well, the nails are being bitten off as we speak at both ends of the ground. Although they may be lording it once again over their rivals, as they did the last time they came here. It had been a while. For Jason Shackle and Danny Ings, it was Brian Hall and Tony Morley who were the names of the goal scorers in Burnley's previous derby victory. Both title winners elsewhere in their pomp. Tony Morley in claret at Villa.
Yeah. One of the few mistakes from Joey Barton. He's conceded a free kick here, and once again it just allows Blackburn to send Hanley up. Duffy is already up.
Well, only Marshall is staying back. 3 added minutes then.
Was indicated a minimum of 3 added minutes.
Now is surely the time for Blackburn. Duffy hoping to make his presence felt. Heaton got there. He was fouled. An accusatory finger pointed at Shane Duffy from the referee.
Led with your arm. That's what you're saying. That's it. Tom Heaton would expect to be clattered. He does go up with his arm, but I don't know. I think that's a little bit harsh. Call me old-fashioned.
All right then. You're old-fashioned.
Yeah, thank you.
Sam Vokes with a cute bit of play there. Time of the essence for Blackburn.
They've got Shane Duffy up there. They've got to hit him.
That's the point that Gary Bowyer is trying to make. Just get it up there. That's one Duffy can joust for. Taylor can get the benefit. He's got Keane and Jones with him. They have been excellent defensively. So resolute, looking to keep their bitter rivals out. Hanley, Marshall. And that will allow Arfield to escape and take the pressure right off. He's going to find Boyd, is he? Not quite.
Well, we're going to see another Burnley performance where they haven't really hit the heights, but they come away with a victory. It's a good habit to be in.
Hanley's up there now. Duff got there. Conway wanted it. Evans. Arfield stood firm on that occasion. Here's Akpan. Final minute at Ewood Park. Marshall. Oh, they're queuing up in there.
Another good defensive header, Michael Keane.
The umpteenth, and here's Boyd at the other end. He's got Long up with him as well. Can they finish this in style? Not this time.
Marcus Olsen, quick player. Good job for Blackburn.
Got to go forward. Hanley's up there now as well. But inevitably Keane is up there. Lost count of the number of times he's won a vital header. It's been magnificent for Burnley.
Yeah, absolutely. Many top performances out there for Burnley defensively.
Lawrence in there. Oh, and Heaton has to produce. And it was that man, Duffy.
Well, it's another nearly moment for Blackburn. Drifted in the cross. It's a great header. It's going to dip under the bar. Tom Heaton makes sure it doesn't. Jason Steele's up. The last roll of the dice.
Steele in there to make his presence felt. Akpan's header. And Heaton gathers it. And that is that. The sweetest of successes for Burnley. Well, a bit of fury at the end, a bit of a feud between Hanley and Duff, but they will celebrate. Passions, tempers flaring, but it is Burnley victory, courtesy of a wonderful goal from Scott Arfield, one that will be stamped indelibly on the memory of every Burnley supporter. Shane Duffy forcing Tom Heaton into a save right at the end there. Would you believe it's the first time Burnley have kept their rivals out in this fixture since 1978.
It's really, I have to say, your heart has to go out for Blackburn. They were the team that created the chances, didn't take them.
Lawrence looking back on a glorious, glorious opportunity to give Blackburn the lead. He didn't take